Hi everybody, welcome back to the shop. We've got the Bronco up on the rack again, and going to be doing a little something to it. In one of the recent videos you saw, we put the differentials in front and rear, including some axles. The CV axles I had put in at the time were used. I thought I'd get by cheap on those, and I bought some used ones. And they worked okay, but one of them's got a broken boot and I need to fix that. But instead of just fixing it, I decided to go ahead and buy some brand new axles from Ford Performance. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Plus, we are also going to do a diff drop. So we'll get right into that. But first I want to show you that bad CV. So if you look at it right up in here, you can see it's busted off of there. It probably could be reattached. I don't know if the boot is broken. I want to go ahead and put some brand new ones in it anyways. So if you recall, we had a broken CV on the driver's side when we pulled out the old ones. And I think part of the reason is because on flex, on down travel, it gets these CVs past their operating range that they want to safely operate. So I think a diff drop is just what we need to just lower the diff an inch or so, and that'll alleviate that bind. And hopefully I won't have the same thing happening with my brand new CVs. So we'll get into that next, get the tires off. I'll show you guys the axles we're putting on and we'll get going. Okay, let's take a look at these, see what we got. Now I got these from Ford Performance, and they list these as painted. Oh, right here. They list these as painted. I find that kind of amusing because the stock ones are just bare metal. They're not painted. Of course they rust. Everybody that owns a Bronco knows that. And so hopefully these will look a little better in there also. These out of here. Okay. All right, nice shiny new axle, painted as I said. Let's get the second one out. Okay, you can tell they're slightly different length. So, and they color code them here. So one's the driver and one's the passenger side. Let me check the box just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I did include. Oh, there we go. New nuts. Oh, and these little retainer thingies. So I probably won't be using that. So brand new nuts. They say you're not supposed to reuse these because that's kind of a cinch nut there, and after the first use it apparently doesn't cinch as well. I've reused them a few times, but we'll go ahead and put the new ones on here. All right, let's get to work. Okay, this is a little tip. If you see on the ends of these, this is the spline end that goes into the differential, and there's a little spring clip in this groove, and if it's kind of off center, it makes it really hard to get this thing in, because it has to actually compress it a little bit as you knock the shaft into the housing. So a little trick that I learned is a little bit of grease on here. You kind of want to put a little grease on these splines anyways, but if you get some down into that groove and then just sort of center the clip in the groove, it'll make it a lot easier as you're installing this thing. And a little bit of grease onto this onto these surfaces. This is where the seals go. Grease those up a little bit too. And then on the outside too. I think this is off camera for you, but I'm putting a little bit of grease on that outer seal surface too. So we just want to kind of make sure that thing is centered. It's not kind of poking out much on either side. And then we'll go ahead and stab this baby in there. Alright, there it is. So you can tell when it's locked in, it doesn't want to come back out. It's seated nicely against there. Okay. Okay, so that axle is in. I'll go ahead and do the other one. I'll do it off camera. You don't have to watch that. Once I'm done with that, then we'll start on the diff drop. So stay tuned for that. Alrighty, so this is what I've received from Broken Innovations. So let's see what we've got here. All right, that's a nice looking part. So this is going to be the main piece of the diff drop. It's going to drop the front mount of the diff down, and this looks like it's going to be for the passenger side, that single bolt, and then this is going to be for up in the driver's side, that really hard to get to driver's side rear mount. So I'm guessing these probably go with it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take these pieces and paint them. Don't want them rusting under there. So we'll take care of that next. Okay, so right there you see the diff mount, and that's what I need to replace with this. This is going to fit up in there like that, and you can see how it's going to drop the front bolt of the diff by several inches. So we need to work on that. Let me set this down. And then that small round spacer is going to go above here to drop this end. And then, I don't even know if there's enough light back there, but that little 2-bolt mount is back there, and that small rectangular spacer is going to go up in there. All right, let's continue. Okay, so now this thing should go, there's a big hole and a small hole, and in this casting you can feel there's a protrusion there for alignment, so that's going to be the big hole. Should snap into place right over that. Yeah, it does. And then one bolt in each hole. Get this lined up. Sorry if my arm's in the way, you can't see it. Okay, so I got the 2 bolts started, and now I need to kind of push. Well, it was a struggle getting that second bolt in the rear mount. I ended up pulling this front mounting bolt out so that I had more freedom to rotate the diff. I was able to get it after that, so if you struggle too, try that. it's sort of a little bit of a chase it around from bolt to bolt until you get everything started. So that's where I'm at. I finally got those two in the back. I got this one on the passenger side done, and just need to put this back in and tighten everything up. Work's all done. Look who showed up. Woo! So, anyways, I'm all done now. I put the skid plates on. I didn't film that because it's going to be different for everybody. I had to do some trimming on the Bronco, on the Icon skid plates, and I think later what I'll do is I'll probably fabricate a bulge for this diff skid to protect that. But for now, I just kind of clearanced it. Anyways, that brings to a conclusion this little project. We did the brand new CV axles, and then the Diff Drop. That should protect them a little bit from overextending.
It's only about maybe an inch, right?
Yeah. So hopefully I won't have to replace axles anytime soon. So I appreciate you following along, and stay tuned, subscribe, like, do all the things, notification bell, all that stuff. Appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We are also going to do a diff drop, so we'll get right into that after so we'll get right into that next. Got it up on the app.
3, 2, 1.
So we'll get right into that, but first I want to show you that bad CV.